Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Aquarius for June 2020. Keep in mind it's a general message, so take what you feel is for you, how it applies to your life and your situation. Disregard the rest. Go about your day, my friends. Know that no matter what messages come through today, it's still up to you and how you integrate this guidance and the choices you take in this world, the steps you take to get your fulfillment. For me, that's personal freedom, knowing that we have active free will. For all my subscribers, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here. You mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you feel this has resonated, please feel free to hit subscribe, join the journey with me. Let me heal your energy more often, and let me feel your energy more often. So I'm just going to take a moment to call in Spirit, and I'll call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, as well as my team of light, and I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, to deliver only the messages for our highest good. As well as remember, guys, that time is fluid, so if you pick this message up at a later date, if we're speaking on something that's already happened, again, take it for how it resonates for you. But time is sort of an illusion. I just put on June 2020, but if you get this in 2030, it still may resonate. We sort of, energy is cyclical as well, is what I'm hearing. So I'm going to get a message for the Healing with the Angels Oracle, just as an overarching energy and guidance that Spirit would want us to know. Something helpful to know for this month. So quite a few cards have come out. This one is a lone wolfer. New beginnings. That's awesome first energy. I feel like Spirit's saying, you know what, you have the power to create your own new beginnings in changing our mindsets, in changing the way that we live, changing the way that we behave, changing our outlooks as well, and accepting an outlook of gratitude. I'm going to go with this pile first. Wow. New love. For some of you, you may have new love coming into your life. Maybe a rekindled spark with an old flame. You may have a new love for life and a new zest for life as well. We get meditation. For some of you, I feel like this would be very, very beneficial. That if we're struggling to figure out, what we need to do, if we're trying to figure out new ways that we are moving ahead with our life, if there's new beginnings, this can kind of be chaotic. Take a few minutes each day, connect with your own higher self, connect with Spirit, just calm your mind. We have answered prayer here as well. Your prayers are being answered in miraculous ways, and I feel like it's really important to keep an open mind, because Spirit answers our prayers, but not always how we think they're going to. And we have study. For some of you, you may be getting ready to venture off to school in the fall. You may be thinking about, going to university, going to college, going back to school. You may be thinking about picking up a new hobby as well, if this is what that is. If you're guided to learn things, go for it. There's a reason why you were meant to do this. And I mean, really, can we ever really learn too much? A whole bunch of, soulmate. Truth and integrity. Retreat. Archangel Michael in the house. Healing. For some of you, if this new love coming into your life, I feel like it's a pretty strong soulmate energy. So you may have known this person before, maybe past life, but I feel like this person that's entering your life, or if it's already here currently, there's a lot of lessons that you two will learn together. And I'm feeling you're being asked to focus on the truth, to stay true to yourself, stay true in your authenticity and your integrity, not to go about things because you want someone else to like you or you don't want to rock the boat. This is saying live in your authenticity, because as you live in your authenticity, you're ensuring that the new opportunities that come for you are right for you. They're matched to your vibration, as well as with that new love and the soulmate here. You're calling in a soulmate who is also matching your vibration. And we're not compromising ourselves for the sake of a relationship. For some of you, you may want to get away. You may want to take a retreat with this person. If this is a relationship, this soulmate does not necessarily have to be romantic. It could be friendship, alliances. You could meet people at work even that you're like, oh my God, I've known you forever, but we just met. When you meet someone, it's just like that. You just click. that could be this kind of relationship as well. But I feel like you may want to get some time aside to kind of get your own self in order. And this could be with this meditation. You know, when we have a whirlwind of change all around us, getting centered within ourselves and spending a few minutes alone every day is really, really helpful in healing. This healing is important as well. The more healing that we do actively in our day-to-day lives, the more we're opening up. The more awakened we become, the more we open up for new opportunities and new beginnings to come as well. And Archangel Michael has your back. I love that he's here, because I ask Archangel Michael every time I do a reading. I ask him to join me, because he's a wonderful, wonderful guide, as well as he reminds us that we are safe, we are protected, we are loved, and he is here to guide us. So if you're having anxieties, if you feel like things are just happening so quickly, this doesn't even mean that it's anxiety in a bad way. If your prayers are being answered, if you've been calling out for soulmate, if you've been calling out for new opportunities, if you are excited to go and start a new endeavor in school, if you've been healing, these are the kinds of things that we can ask him to help shield our energy, to help protect us, and know that you're safe. No matter what happens here, you are safe to go about your life and live your truth the way that you need to live it. The bottom of the deck is focus. And this is really important, because what we focus on, we're going to see more in our life. If we focus on positivity and gratitude and realizing that there's new energy, we're going to keep seeing this new energy. If we focus on the past and we focus on the places that we've been hurt or we feel broken, we're going to keep seeing that. So I feel like one of the best ways to move past that is to focus on our healing. If you get triggered by something, focus on, okay, if we have bad reactions, that wasn't the best. How can I move forward? Why did I react that way? Was I triggered from something that happened in the past? For some of you, there may be past relationship stuff that needs to be worked through, either before this soulmate can enter, or this soulmate may trigger some stuff for you to see the truth behind it. Maybe stuff you thought you got over, maybe stuff you didn't even think bothered you, but this particular relationship could trigger that. So there could be a real profound healing that happens. You may need to take sort of a few timeouts just to make sure that you're centered with yourself throughout this. But focus on the new, focus on new beginnings, focus on your study as well. If you're learning something new, this may be a really, really important time for you. And I feel like it's important because study has a rainbow, this rainbow bridge. I heard rainbow bridge in meditation the other day, and I was like, what is that supposed to mean? But I feel like we're also at a time where there's a lot of new energy coming to this earth. There's a lot of blessings, a lot of changes, and there are those of us who are meant to help facilitate these changes in the world. And oftentimes, Spirit's going to use close relationships to help facilitate change. So study what you feel called to study. Work on you. Focus on you, so that when you are offered this answered prayer, you're opening your arms up wholeheartedly to accept it. I'm going to bring a message from the Sacred Rebels Oracle, guys, just to see what kind of energy Spirit would have us know, what kind of energy would be helpful, as well as I love these cards. I feel like the messages are so powerful, so I will be reading from the book a lot for them, just so that I don't miss anything. And also, I find they're like the spiritual kick in the butt I usually need, so I figure if they are that for me, they may be that for you. I have a message here, and this is for the sign of Aquarius, please. So what messages would you have Aquarius know? Right away, we got two. We got number 9 and number 10. Number 9, what do you feel? So for here, she's got an apple and an orange, right? I feel like that's also important because we give meaning to things by how we clarify it. What the words we use, we give meaning to it as well. And releasing allegiances here is also speaking about, this could be releasing a past, this could be releasing an ex, an old past life soulmate. It could be an old energy that's just no longer serving you. This could be old outdated family belief systems that have held you to believing that you have to be a certain way in order to succeed, that relationship has to look like this as well. These could be drains, things that are taking your energy more than giving. And I feel like Spirit's saying, you know what? In order for new beginnings to happen, we really need to release the old. I'm going to get one more message, please, from this oracle before I read you from the book. Spirit, what else would you have Aquarius know, please? Against the grain. And I'm going to take the bottom of the deck. Focus on the light. So against the grain means that in order for us to accomplish our goals, we may have to do things a little bit differently. As a divine rebel, right? Going against conventional standards of being, of living, and what is it that's wrong? If we swim against the current, we will still get to our destination. We may feel tired, it may be difficult, but was it worth it? Absolutely. Focusing on the light, focusing on the positive, focusing on the seeds of intention as well, and knowing that we are the light, we carry the light everywhere we go. Okay, I feel like the first thing they want me to read to you is number 9, this what do you feel? So if I trigger you throughout this, if I bring up an uncomfortable emotion, a memory, anything like that, how can you use your empowered vulnerability? How can you use this on your day-to-day to bring positive change into your world? And I also want to say that sometimes when we're triggered by something, when there's healing that needs to come, it's a lot asking us to drop our ego self that says, I can't admit I'm wrong, I can't admit I have anything going on. That stuff saying, no, admit it, see it. Stop yourself dead in your tracks, mid-sentence if you have to be like, no, I don't like the way that was going. I don't really like that side, and I want to find ways to heal that, however it is for you. So I'm going to find number 9. I'll hold the card up to you as well so you can see, because there is some sacred geometry behind there as well. There are so many options around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decision. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created? Only by you. Someone else cannot become the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you have become swept up in thinking things through. You have been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you have got a bit stuck in the logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and it's not the best path. We can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often shift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made, just some choices that feel more heart-honoring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we had made the best choice possible in that moment. At the time of decision-making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all we need. This oracle of what do you feel is telling you there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just make a choice. Making a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is just to make a choice based on what you feel right now. Not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between 2 or more clear alternatives, then this brings you a message as well. You are at a crossroads in your journey, and the choices that you make at this time, even simply choosing to do things a little differently, without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. So try something different. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable and could be exciting and interesting. So there is a healing process here. That suggests that in your own time, okay, close your eyes and relax and rest your palms open forwards on your legs and imagine you have a ball of light in each hand, much like she has an apple and an orange. If you find it hard to visualize, you may want to draw this process or journal instead. Focus on that ball of light first. What colors do you feel like? What feelings, words, and symbolizes or qualities does it have? How heavy of the light is it? How substantial? What do you feel about it? What do you like? Turn your attention to the second one and repeat this. So do it for both. And when you're ready, just choose one ball. There's no right choice, just whatever captures your attention or your heart in this moment. The other may be waiting for you later on if it needs to be, or might be easily released if that is not what serves you. So this is an idea, right, in changing. One of the things as well I'm hearing is if you're having trouble making decisions as well. Like sometimes I use my necklace as a pendulum when I'm like, I think I want to, for necklaces, okay? And this is different for other decisions. But if you're having trouble, how does it feel? So when I move the pendulum, I can feel within my own self, in my core, it's almost like my belly button gets angry when I'm making the wrong decision. So as well as using that, when you're making decisions, how do you feel? What feels like the least tension for you? Does something excite you? So you can definitely practice that. Energetic balls, visualizing how do they feel and choosing one, and remembering that just because you make one choice now doesn't mean again the other choice wasn't going to be there. And sometimes our choices are all in hindsight, right? We realize that that wasn't the best choice at the time, but it was the best choice because it taught you lessons along the way. Don't get stuck in feeling like you have to make the perfect choice and that what if you mess up, because we all mess up. The only way to know is to actually make the choice. For some of you, I feel like if you're trying to choose what to study, that could be also that you can always switch your major, my friends. You can always change. You can always go back to school if it's not what you want to do, but you're not stuck just because you made a choice. You can always choose to unchoose and say, you know what, I chose this path, but I realized it just wasn't really meant for me, so I stopped and I made another choice. So the healing part in this as well, you can say, my choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. Again, my choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. My choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. Interesting that releasing allegiances is right next to it. It is time to hold on to yourself and let go of another, even if it is just for a time. You have gained all that was meant to be from that connection, at least for now. You have given and you have received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. It is more that the time has come for a greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. You've completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. You have been in that vibrational frequency for some time now. You've earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and the possibilities that are limited to the outmoded frequency. It is now time to expand into higher frequencies of existence that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace into your life. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned with you into something new. New connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiral of life. So, it says, trust that you can step into solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. And that's this retreat here, right? right? It is time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you have a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from your inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression into the world of lists, schedules, and demands. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature in solitude. Perhaps you have been diving so deep into the creative waters that you have lost your bearings, or your own energetic connection to the earth, your own life, or your needs in the here and now. Either way, you need to come back to the ground of your own body. This is the time for self-love, but for paying attention to yourself, for nurturing, holding, and being with you. It doesn't mean you can't love another. It just means you need to turn your attention inward for a time, for quality time with you. You will emerge renewed, refreshed, and clearer about your journey and your relationships as a result. So this is a confirmation that the work you've been doing on yourself is working for you. Your level of self-love is growing, and your ability to love consciously and healthy is increasing as a result. Some connections in your life will mature along with you, and your regard and affection will deepen and blossom. It will be revealed that other relationships are no longer relevant to your life journey. You will know which is which because you will feel it, right? You will feel it. You will feel it most clearly when you have some time to be with yourself and reconnect. So one of the ways that we connect this back to ourselves is saying, I love my body. My body loves me. I trust my body, and my body trusts me. I love wisdom, and wisdom loves me. I trust wisdom, and wisdom trusts me. I'm going to get a little bit of a message for number 37 as well. So, number 37, I'm being immediately taken to something here first. This oracle brings an assurance of success of the higher order, not just commercially, but from the heart. It will manifest as a highly valuable offering to the world. This applies to a project, endeavor, or organization in which you are involved. Your heart will help you realize which group or project it applies to. It may be more than one. However, you must stay focused. Enjoy the glittering lights of success, but don't be distracted by them. Stay on point with what you want to create and why. Stay true to yourself. So it says it brings you another message. Don't be distracted by other paths around you at this time, as you are too close to succeeding on the one you are on now. Diluting your energies in the pursuit of too much will slow down your success, and the world needs your light to shine sooner rather than later. In time, you may diversify and explore other ways to express yourself, but for now, build what you are working on and know that success is coming swiftly. So if there's a decision-making process that you are currently involved in, that you've been having difficulties in, remember there's no wrong choices. Only what feels right for you, that's the right one. And it may not be what everybody else wants, and that's absolutely, perfectly okay. Focus on the light. Focus what you're doing right now, because that is also important. The healing process in this book wants you to imagine a giant sunflower soaking up the rays. And then imagine it downturning and dumping all those rays onto you, and you being able to bathe in them and express them. And when you feel the love and the success and the gratitude, open your eyes. So if you want to do that, do that. But it's also saying, you know what? Success is in the palm of your hands. And this, again, this is one of these energy orbs. What do you feel? Where do you feel your energy needs to go to? Your internal guidance is important, and it's calling you. So I feel like as well, one of the really important things here was you may need to retreat into yourself, to take some time to self-reflection and honor you before you can make some of these decisions. So I'm going to bring one last message here, and this is from the Guardian Tarot. For a little tarot wisdom for the sign of Aquarius, please. Six of Pentacles. I just heard I get by with a little help from my friends. So this is about grounding and stability, being stable. The six also, it's a bringing back stability in your life. So for some of you, if you have horses, if you have animal pets, kind of relying on them right now as well. But this to me is a wonderful camaraderie. Let's get a little bit more about the Six of Pentacles, please. High Priestess. I feel like this is you also connecting into your intuition, because if you've hit this far into the reading, you may have an idea of what we're talking about, right? I feel like it's asking you to pay attention to the inner knowing within you. If you can see this card, there's a tree sort of up through her sternum, up through her breast, and crossing into the chest area, and then paying attention to what is outside of her. This is her body, like spirit, and then the internal knowings within her. To maintain balance, to get balance back in your life, I feel like you guys already know what you have to do. Okay. Tell me about this High Priestess, please, Spirit. Jump. Have faith that whatever way you go is correct. It's the right way. It's going to lead you to new beginnings. The Fool is the first card in the whole deck, right? It takes us to make those first jumps into the unknown. Before we can make any changes in our world, we have to make an educated jump. I feel like that it's kind of like too, if you can see, this High Priestess is looking at the Fool saying, hey baby girl, you got this, go for it, I got your back. This is asking you as well to pay attention to your inner knowings, because behind her is the moon, all that's hidden, but all in the etheric realm. And she's jumping into the sun. She can see, she knows that, hey, whether it's success or not, making that jump and making that leap, it takes courage, it takes guts, it takes brawn, and she has them all. And she's got her own little cheering squad here behind them. So tell me about the Fool. What's this Fool's mission? Oh. So a few things come out. We get the Queen of Swords. So this is a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you guys. You may have a need to see things clearly and maybe be a little detached. So for a lot of this reading saying, get in touch with you, how do you feel? But this is making those decisions clear, not in the murky waters of allegiances, like on how other people may want you to think. Doing this on, how do I do this? What is my clearest path forward? You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. So this as well to me speaks of reunion. First and foremost, that when you come back into wholeness with you, you will experience new love and life in this world. There could be babies as well for some of you. For others of you, this could be a new relationship, bringing balance and stability back into a relationship. There are 2 sixes here. You have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is also being very stable, very grounded, and wonderful with these sunflowers. I love that this came out. Okay, because these sunflowers as well is that everything is right in the world. Everything is nourished. Everything is flourishing. And there's a buttload of abundance around. And you have also here the Seven of Cups. So making choices from your heart. What do you feel is right for you? If you can see, this Seven of Cups has in their mind an idea. Okay, so we've got a church here. They've got the sunset. They hold within them, I feel like this is their spirituality, but there's also knowing their desires and knowing their hearts. So holding it tightly to make choices that are right for them. There is also something significant to the green. There may be envy around you, but there's a lot of green here. I feel like this could be healing as well. That as we start making the choices that are right for our own heart, we start healing ourselves and we start creating a little bit more stability. So if you see here the Seven of Cups, having an idea of what they desire and wanting to anchor this into the physical, knowing as well that here they're physical, this one it's maybe looking a little bit over, but that wanting to ground this in. So needing to see clearly to make the decisions that are right for you, because this is going to bring something brand new. New beginnings are here. And we want to focus on the new and focus on what we can nourish. But don't forget to stop and smell the roses. Stop and smell the flowers, because they're beautiful this time of year. I love you all. That's what I have. And I hope you have a wonderful month. Bye, guys.